What's up, guys? So I figured I would make a video here about using Windsurf. I was going to do it on the fly as I was installing it and all that stuff, but I was kind of distracted at the time, and so couldn't really do it. But I got a little bit of time now, so I'm in my ChatGPT conversation where I told him to where we worked on creating the code for a particular app that I had an idea for, and this is that code that I copied and pasted into Windsurf after I got Windsurf installed on and running on my computer. And so I'll open up Windsurf, and currently I'll just maximize this so we can all see real good. So this, let's just make this a little bigger here. That's a lot better. Okay, this is where I'm at. I'm down here in the middle of the conversation, or at the end of the conversation. I'm just going to scroll up, and I just pasted that conversation into this box down here, ask anything, and hit enter. And it was just the code. I didn't paste the whole conversation, I just pasted the code that I got from ChatGPT after working with it. And that's also by bouncing it back and forth in between ChatGPT and Bard. This was the code I had, and so I put that in there, and he starts creating this thing and creating the files. All these different files over here. This is what's required to run the program, and inside of these different types of files are like different packages that are required for these particular AI models to work off of. Anyways, so we're building this thing, and he's suggesting, making suggestions, and he's doing the work of the programmer that we would be hiring. This is what the programmer will be doing. He's the one testing all this stuff. This thing is testing everything as it's creating it and troubleshooting all the errors and correcting all the errors. And you'd be amazed at how many errors are in that ChatGPT code. And actually implementing that ChatGPT code, it takes all this work that normally a programmer would be doing. But now we can do in seconds. We, not being programmers. And all we have to tell it is, yes, please continue. I asked it, what would you recommend? And it said, based on the AI platform infrastructure we've been building, I'd recommend adding several additional monitoring endpoints to enhance observability and control. Let me create those. And it does. And then it tells me what it did and tells me what the key improvements are. And now we need to update the monitoring service to implement these new methods. Would you like me to create those implementations? And I'm just going to say, yes, please. And he's going to go, okay, I'll enhance the monitoring service to support all the new monitoring endpoints. And he starts working. Okay, so we just let him go to work. And then while he's going to work, we can do other stuff. Okay, we can go and talk about Anakin, about which apps we think we should be cloning. We can even clone us one. As a matter of fact, let's clone Claude. Since this is sort of a demonstrational app, let's just clone to edit. Alrighty, and so we're going to go into cloning mode. And while that's loading up, let's go back to check our progress. See, he encountered an error and he's fixing it. Okay, so let's let him just sit there and work. Claude, here we are at cloning Claude. Well, this pre-prompt stuff, we can put our own pre-prompt in there. All right, this chat enhancement, welcome. So the greeting that we see is welcome to Claude. How can I assist you? And that's what shows up right there. We can put anything we want right there. But just for the sake of cloning an app, to show you how easy it is, let's see. Yeah, see, single agent. Let's click on single agent. The bot single agent mode. Oh, okay, we're in single agent mode. So it acts as an agent. And this is where we get to add our knowledge base. If we want it to act like a professional in a particular knowledge base, such as whatever, bankruptcy, this is where we add our documents. Okay, I've already got a PDF right here. Boom, we can add that PDF. And now then, that PDF is in our knowledge base. And so and then we can prompt it on how to answer those questions according to that knowledge base, according to the user inputs of how we expect it to be used. And then we can choose our different model right here, our language model. You know, we don't have to go with Claude 3.5. You know, we could do the, you know, we could do this one or this one. But, you know, just for the sake of it, let's just do that one. And then we can adjust those parameters too. There's more information on these, on what adjusting these parameters does. And so we can save that to our workspace. And let's see here. We just saved it here. Share, remove, no. I want to publish it. Manage, design, delete. I think we just, hold on. I'm in there, I'm in run, integration, run. I know a new chat, I don't want to do that. Let's see. I clicked on clone to edit, did I not? I think because I didn't rename it or nothing like that, I saved it without renaming it. I think, because this is one. This is an app that I cloned. Let's see, output logs, details, reset, generate, run, integration, introduction. See, because this already published, so I don't have to publish that one. This one is unpublished. Yeah. Okay, so I already published that. That's how easy it is to publish it. No, I'm missing something. Hold on. All right, let's go back to the App Store. Let's do this again. Clone to edit. See, this is where you get to change all your info. So let's upload an image. Let's just do this one. Yeah, that one's fine. And let's say okay. And let's change the name to Bankman, because it's the bankruptcy. Description, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to leave that. And I'm just going to make those two changes. That's under the manage. Claude Chatbot design. This is where I get to do all that. Okay. That makes sense. It's a chatbot. Okay. Save to workspace. Greetings, welcome, I'm Claude. No, we're going to say greetings. Welcome to Bankman. Okay. See? Bankman. But it's not giving me an accurate preview because I changed the design. Icon, boom, name. Yes, that's under the info. Design. Let's save it. There we go. Bankman. Bankman. Okay. So that's how easy it is. That's to save it to your workspace. Now it's cloned. Publish to the public. That's how you publish it, by sharing it. Okay, that makes sense. So you can create the app standalone for just yourself, or you can publish it to the public, to the App Store. Okay, that makes sense. That's how easy it is to clone an app on Anakin. Now, customizing it, that's when we go in and we design. We just go into the design and we go in and we customize it. We can change any of this stuff anytime we want. This pre-prompt, boom. Okay. And yeah, I would definitely change all that because I don't know what that even says. So that's that. Let's go check on this guy, whatever his name is. These enhancements provide better visibility into system performance, more granular job control, real-time environment monitoring, resource usage tracking, improved error handling, and retry capabilities. Would you like me to add any additional monitoring features or make any adjustments to the existing ones? I'm going to accept all. And then I'm going to say, looks good. Let's move on. That's it. Looks good. Let's move on. Let's enhance our system by adding job prioritization and scheduling service to optimize job processing based on various factors like priority, resource availability, and system load. Okay. Cool, you do that. All right. You sit up there and you do that because see all this stuff? That's everything that it's done so far. And all this is saved. All these are files and folders that actually exist on my computer. That's the cool thing about this is this thing actually can work for you. And it incorporated an API key from GitHub that I had to get from GitHub. So I just made me a free account with GitHub. And now then it's pulling all the information and files that it needs to make this program work. It's pulling it all in and configuring it properly and testing the workflow. Yeah, I'm going to accept all. Now let's create an API endpoint to expose the scheduler functionality. Would you like me to proceed with that? Yes, please. I'll create a new route file to scheduler related endpoints. Boom. And you're going to see that file pop up. See that? It just popped up. There was a new file just added. Scheduler.js. Where'd that thing go? Oh, that's going to be... Must be within this folder because the little yellow dot indicates it's working within that folder. Boom. Admin only access for all endpoints, comprehensive error handling, real-time optimization suggestions, detailed metrics and status reporting, queue-specific controls. Would you like me to add any additional endpoints or modify the existing ones? I don't think so. Let's move on to the next steps. Let's enhance our system by adding a retry strategy service that intelligently handles failed jobs with different retry policies based on error types and job characteristics. Okay, who would have thunk it, right? So let's just let it do its thing. And I'm just going to tell him to keep going until we're ready to do the front end. I already asked about the front end. Are we ready to move on to the front end? And he was like, well, not really. We really need to finish the back end first. I said, all right, let's do that. And so that was pretty much the point where I picked up at when I started this video. I've only spent maybe a couple, maybe an hour total standing here working with this thing. Because it'll sit there and run for a minute and I can walk away and then I can come back and it's got all this work done. Let's see, what did he do this time? The job processor now automatically categorizes errors, applies appropriate retry policies, tracks retry attempts, handles permanent failures gracefully, maintains detailed error logs. Would you like me to add any additional error handling or retry features? I'm going to tell him no. Let's just move on. Let's move on to the next steps. And let's see where he picks up. Okay, I noticed we're in a directory called, okay. Could you let me know what you'd like to build? I can help you create a new project from scratch or modify existing code. Please share your vision or requirements for this project. Well, I didn't know I was in that project directory. Huh. Okay, so I didn't know we were in a new project directory, period. Could you please correct this issue, comma, whoops. I want this to be the NO Media project. And let's see what it does with this one. Let's continue the next phase of development based on previous checkpoints. Here are the key steps: advanced content analysis, front-end integration, enhanced AI response generation, more sophisticated error recovery, machine learning, job optimization. Which of these areas would you like to focus on first? Should we first ensure we're in the correct working directory for our AI platform project before proceeding? Yes, let's do that. Isn't that what I just said? I'll move our work to the correct directory. Let me first check the current directory structure. Let me propose creating a new directory for our intermediate project and moving the relevant files there, or I'll create a command to do this. Okay, you do that. I'm going to accept that. See, you just got to fail to run command. I apologize for the error. Let me try a different approach. Okay, you try that different approach there, buddy. Now that we've created the intermediate directory, let's move our relevant files there. I'll first move our key service files. All right. You do that. See, it does need some input, but that input is very simple. I apologize. Let's create the directory structure first. Okay. He says, let's create the directory structure first. He's the one doing all the work. Now let's copy the files one by one. Blah, blah, blah. See, I started a project and then I changed subjects. And so that was my fault. I did that from the beginning. Yes, do that. Okay. He's doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yes. Now let's create the other necessary directories and copy the configuration and model files. Okay, let's do that. And this is probably the easiest program to work that does the most out of anything I've ever experienced. So if you're scared of delving into this, then don't. Bloom. Now we're ready to continue with the next phase of development. Based on our previous checkpoint, we can focus on any of these areas: advanced content analysis, front-end integration, enhanced AI response generation. All right, well, let's start focusing on the front end. I'll help create a modern, responsive front end for our AI content generation platform. Let's start by setting up the front end directory structure and implementing the core user interface components. First, let's create the front end directory structure. All right, yeah, let's do it. This is a lot of coding. Now let's package a .json file for our front end using React with TypeScript. Okay, let's create our main app.tsx and index files. Okay, had no idea that we even needed to do such a thing. So I'm assuming that when we're done programming the front end, that I'll be able to launch this program and actually see what it looks like, or start to see what it's going to look like. Let's create our navigation components. Okay. So that is cool. Now, okay, did all that. Very good. Okay, I'll set up the core front end structure. It's got a dashboard, a content generator, chat interface, a video generator, and a job monitor. Would you like me to implement any of these pages? Let's see. Would you like me to implement any of these pages next? We can start with dashboard, overview of all the services, content generation, chat interface. I'm going to say yeah. Excuse me. Yes. Let's start with number 1. I'll create the dashboard page with an overview of all services and recent jobs. First, let's create some reusable components for the dashboard, then implement the main dashboard page. First, let's create a stats card component. Now let's create a jobs table component. Good night. So the front end is going to be just as comprehensive as the back end. And why wouldn't it be? No wonder ChatGPT couldn't do all this stuff. It didn't have the programming to be able to actually execute tasks like this. This is the next generation in AI where it actually performs work. I don't know how long this video is so far, but it's probably getting to the point to where I need to start considering shutting it down. We're at 26 minutes. Well, I think I've gotten some pretty good demonstration for this. Let's see, what would you like me to do? Add more features to the dashboard, charts, detailed service status, move on to implementing the content generator page, set up the backend API endpoints for the dashboard. Add more features to the dashboard. Right now we have, let's see, view job details, retry failed jobs, cancel running jobs. Let's see, real-time data updates using React query, responsive layout using material UI grid, type safe API communication, error handling and logic of the states. Let's see, I'm going to say, let's implement some more features. Let's implement some more features. I'll add more advanced features to the dashboard. Let's add performance charts for historical data, detailed service status monitoring, job analytics, and trends. Okay, you do that. And I'm going to sit up here and go to, let's see. What was I going to do? Now I'm having one of those moments. All right. Yeah. So don't get scared at this. This ain't nothing to be afraid of. Y'all can do this. Anybody can do this. It's so easy. A caveman could do it. Okay. I'm going to end this. Peace. Am I still recording? No? Oh, is it just going to sit there and loop? I think it's just going to sit there and loop. It ain't going to let me stop. Well, once again, a recording gone bad. Where's my recording list? Why isn't this one on it? It won't let me stop it. It's just going to keep going. Dang, dude.